dreams, hard work, and perseverance of our graduating students. To begin with, let's invoke the grace of God as I invite Kumari Likita for the invocation.
मोदल वंदीपे निनगे गणनाथ देव वंदीपे निनगे गणनाथ मोदल वंदीपे निनगे गणनाथ देव वंदीपे निनगे गणनाथ ಬಂದ ವಿಘ್ನಗಳ ಕಳೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ದೇವ ಬಂದ ವಿಘ್ನಗಳ ಕಳೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಬಂದ ವಿಘ್ನ ಕಳೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ವಂದಿಪೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಆದಿಯೊಳು ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದ ಪೂಜಿಸಿದ ಧರ್ಮರಾಯ ಆದಿಯೊಳು ನಿನ್ನ ಪಾದ ಪೂಜಿಸಿದ ಧರ್ಮರಾಯ ಸಾಧಿಸಿದ ರಾಜ್ಯವ ಗಣನಾಥ ದೇವ ಸಾಧಿಸಿದ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಗಣನಾಥ ವಂದಿಪೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಮಂಗಳ ಮೂರುತಿ ಗುರು ರಂಗ ವಿಠಲನ ಪಾದ ಮಂಗಳ ಮೂರುತಿ ಗುರು ರಂಗ ವಿಠಲನ ಪಾದ ಹಿಂಗದೆ ಭಜಿಪೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಹಿಂಗದೆ ಭಜಿಪೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ವಂದಿಪೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಮೋದಲ್ ವಂದಿಪೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಆ ದೇವ ವಂದಿಪೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಬಂದ ವಿಘ್ನಗಳ ಕಳೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ದೇವ ಬಂದ ವಿಘ್ನಗಳ ಕಳೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ದೇವ ಬಂದ ವಿಘ್ನಗಳ ಕಳೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ವಂದಿಪೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಮೋದಲ್ ವಂದಿಪೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಆ ದೇವ ವಂದಿಪೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಮೋದಲ್ ವಂದಿಪೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗಣನಾಥ ಮೋದಲ್ ವಂದಿಪೆ ನಿನಗೆ ಗಣನಾಥ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Thank you, Likita. Welcoming is an expression of our joy and warmth. May I now request our Chief Executive, Professor K.S. Suresh, to welcome the gathering.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಆನರಬಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಉಜ್ಜಯ್ Buyan, Honorable Justice Srimati Anu Sivaraman, Dr. Betsurmat, Principal, Controller of Examination, graduates, parents, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. It is with profound respect and great pleasure I stand before you to welcome the esteemed guests and invitees to the 17th graduation day of JSS Law College today. We are proud to state that the college has completed 43 years of its existence. It started actually in the year 1982. And we became autonomous in 2005, the first college to become autonomous in the country. And I have the great privilege actually of working in this college from day one. This is the 17th graduation day. 2 graduation days we missed because of Corona. And in the 17th graduation day, there are 131 candidates who will be admitted into the degree of law, out of which BA LLB, 38 candidates and 4 ranks for that. And BBA LLB, 45 candidates will be admitted to degree, and there are 5 ranks for that. And LLB, 41 graduates and 6 ranks. And LLM, there are 7 and there is 1 rank. There are 16 ranks, and as usual, out of 16, 15 ranks go to women. And there is one human being who calls himself a gentleman. He is the one who has saved actually the grace of 52% of this population of this country, that is the male population. This has been the story of this college for the past actually almost 5 or 6 years. We have been encouraging the boys to get ranks. Somehow actually have not been able to do it. That is a big failure on our part, I believe, be that as it may. His Holiness Swamiji should have actually come for this program to grace this occasion, bless us all. But due to an emergency, he is not able to come. But he will be waiting actually at the mud to receive and see actually our guests. So in his absence, we will proceed further. We are singularly privileged to have amidst us a voice of reason and embodiment of justice, the Judge, Honorable Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Sri Ujjal Bhuyan. His Lordship stands before us as a beacon of justice, casting the light of fairness across the land as an upholder of constitutional sanctity and a voice of reason. His judgments have not only resolved disputes, but have guided society toward higher ideals. His Lordship is the embodiment of judicial integrity, unyielding in principle and unswayed by pressure, yet ever guided by compassion. His Lordship was born 2nd August 1964 at Guwahati. His father was Suchendranath Bhuyan, was a senior advocate and a former Advocate General of Assam. He did his schooling in Don Bosco High School, Guwahati, and thereafter studied in Cotton College, Guwahati. And after graduating in arts from Kirorimal College, Delhi, he obtained his LLB degree from Government College, Guwahati, and LLM degree from Guwahati University, Guwahati. He was enrolled on 20th March 1991 with the Bar Council of Assam, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Manipur, Tripura, Mizoram and Arunachal Pradesh. He practiced before the principal seat of Guwahati High Court at Guwahati and appeared before the Agartala, Shillong, Kohima and Itanagar benches of the Guwahati High Court. He was the standing counsel of the Income Tax Department for as long as 16 years, starting as a junior standing counsel and subsequently appointed as senior standing counsel of the Department of Income Tax Department. That's in 2008. And he was the additional government advocate Meghalaya in the principal seat of Guwahati High Court. Appointed as standing counsel of Guwahati High Court on 3rd March 2010. Designated as senior advocate by Guwahati High Court in 2010. And was appointed as additional advocate general in 2011. Appointed as additional judge of Guwahati High Court in 2011 and confirmed in 2013. He was also the executive chairman of Mizoram State Legal Service Authority. He was closely associated with Judicial Academy of Assam, National Law University, Guwahati. And transferred to Mumbai High Court and took oath as judge of High Court in 2019. After 2 years stint at Mumbai, he was transferred to Telangana High Court and appointed as Chief Justice of High Court of Telangana, sworn in assumed charge as the Chief Justice in 2022. On 5th of 7th month 2023, Supreme Court Collegium recommended the appointment of His Lordship as Judge of Supreme Court, whereafter His Lordship was elevated as Judge of the Supreme Court in 2023. By virtue of being the Chief Justice of High Court for the state of Telangana, he served as Chancellor of National Academy of Legal Studies and Research, NALSA, till his elevation as Judge of Supreme Court of India. Justice Bhuyan has continued his association with the legal education. He is a member of General Council as well as Executive Council of National Law School of India University, NLCU, and Bangalore. He is also a member of General Council of Maharashtra National Law University, Aurangabad. We are enormously indebted to His Lordship for having agreed to deliver 17th graduation day address. I extend His Lordship a warm welcome on behalf of everyone who is present here. I welcome you. We are equally honored to have with us Honorable Justice Srimati Anu Sivaraman, who has consented to preside over this function. Her leadership is a guardian of rights and steadfast protector of weak and the voiceless. While keen on legal insight, she is a master of jurisprudence, crafting equitable precedents that will guide generation to come. In her, we see a paragon of fairness, a moral compass of the judiciary, an inspiration of legal fraternity, an example to the nobility of law and enduring promise of justice. Honorable Justice Anu Sivaraman was born 25th May 1966 in Ernakulam. Father, Honorable Justice Sivaraman Nair, served as a judge of High Court of Kerala and also High Court of Andhra Pradesh. Her ladyship completed her schooling at St. Teresa Convent Girls High School and St. Teresa College in Ernakulam. She graduated with a degree in English literature from Maharajas College, Ernakulam, 1986. The following year, she earned a diploma in journalism from Kerala Press Academy and obtained her law degree from Government College, Ernakulam. She was enrolled as an advocate 9th March 1991. In her distinguished legal career, she served as a standing counsel for the Corporation of Cochin from 2001 to 2010, senior government pleader and from January 2007, and special government pleader Corporation from 2010 to 2011. Justice Anu Shivaraman was sworn in as Additional Judge of High Court of Kerala on 10th April 2015 and was appointed permanent judge on 5th April 2017. On 21st March 2024, she was transferred to High Court of Karnataka, where she continues to serve. Her ladyship has delivered several notable judgments, including Shabnam Parveen Ahmad case, where she recognized Mubarak as a valid form of divorce. Recently, she was appointed as a member of a three-judge panel, along with Justice Sheel Nagu of Punjab and Haryana High Court, Chief Justice Gurmeet Singh Sandawala of Himachal Pradesh High Court to inquire into allegations of cash recovery at the residence of a judge of Delhi High Court. Throughout her legal career, Justice Anu Shivaraman has consistently advocated for the rights of marginalized individuals. He is a champion of social justice and is a steadfast proponent of ensuring that the law serves as a beacon for all. With immense pleasure, I welcome her ladyship to this program. I welcome you, madam. Our own Dr. Betsurmat, we have with us our Executive Secretary, Dr. Betsurmat, a seasoned bureaucrat with a far-sighted leadership traits. He has made a mark in the governance and public administration in his long tenure as a senior officer of Government of Karnataka. We are grateful to him for being with us today to administer a Themesian oath to the new graduates. I extend him a very warm welcome. So I also extend my warm welcome to my principal and my controller of examination who are on the dais, and also extend warm welcome to the invitees and especially judicial officers, advocates who have responded to our invitation, and extend them a very warm welcome to all of them. I am extremely happy to welcome the new graduates to this momentous occasion. They have toiled very hard to be where they are today. Only we know how hard it was for them. Only we, both of us, know how hard it was for them to be where they are today. They deserve it more than anybody else. I extend them a very, very hearty welcome to all of them. The proud parents are here, and the near ones are also here, and they want to see actually their wards being admitted to a degree of law. As they are brimming with pride for the achievement of their wards, I warmly welcome all of them to this wonderful program. And before I welcome the press, I extend a special welcome to Madam Buyan, who has accompanied our chief guest. I welcome you, madam, to this program. And lastly, the press is our esteemed guests. They have positively reciprocated to our invite, and I extend a warm welcome. I welcome once again everyone who is present here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of the entire gathering, I welcome you too. I now request Dr. C.G. Betsurmat, Executive Secretary, JSS Mahavidyapita, to administer Themesian oath to our graduates. And I request all the graduates to rise and receive the oath by stretching the right hand forward.
Please raise your right hand. I solemnly swear that I will respect and uphold the ideals enshrined under the Constitution. I will sincerely perform the duties enjoined upon me by the profession. I will strive to protect the dignity and honor of my profession at all times. I will respect the rule of law, uphold justice, and perform duties as a citizen. I will use my knowledge and skill for the enhancement of human welfare. I will serve the humanity with fidelity, irrespective of considerations of sex, race, nationality, and religion. Thank you. Please sit down.
Thank you, sir. I now invite Professor P. Shivanand Bharti, Controller of Examination, to read out the list of the rank holders, and I request the rank holders to receive the memento from the honorable judges.
Second rank, Amulya N. Prasad. Third rank, Shifali Muttappa. Fourth rank, Nikita Susan Epan. Next, BBLLB Honors Program. First rank, Anaga K. Bharadwaj. Second rank, Akshata A.S. Third rank, Deepthi P.D. Fourth rank, Ananya N. Fifth rank, UJ Sheetal. Thank you, sir. Now I request Honorable Justice Srimati Anu Shivaraman to felicitate the remaining rank holders. LLB program, first rank Maria Khan. Second rank R. Nayanita. Third rank Sharvari Bhatt. Fourth rank Nagalakshmi MN. Fifth rank Shashwati HR. Sixth rank Suman Purohit. Now LLM program, only one rank, that goes to Anil SM, first rank.
Srimati Usha Rani, Chairperson, PG Department, to read the list of the graduates who will be receiving their certificates.
Now I request Honorable Shri Justice Ujjal Buyan sir to distribute the certificates for our BA and BBA students. Abhishek SS, Archana Sudeep, Arun Dev, Brahmeshwar P, Chaitra MC, Chinmayi R, Daisy Agnes, Danush Damabodhi, Gautam M, Arshit S, Arshita SS, Kamali R, Lalit Aditya, Likit Gowda, Megha K, Mohit HM, Nikita SM, Prithvik Santosh, Ravideep R, Rupesh G Gowda, Sharmila MN, Shashank MP, Sheetal AB, Shreya Chandran, Sinchana DP, Spurti M, Srinidhi R, Subhaya MK, Vibha MG, Vinayaka R Patil, Venu Krishnan, Vivish Matev Lobo, Aditi BR, Amog S Palaksha, Ananya R, Anish R Anvekar, Ankita Tangama KU, Ashish D, Bhagyashri Paladi, Devika Santosh, Disha MJ, Jiban and Varghese, Kajal KP, Kushal U, Manu Gowda, Mayank, Meenakshi, Meghasham Gopal, Malvin Salil, Vishwajit Krishna, Niksha KN, Purna S, Preeti V, Priya C, Puneet S, Rahul B. Mohan, Rajeshwari H, S. Sabrish, Sahana BHN, Sandhya Priya S, Shamita U, Shrestha Boparna, Sinchana BH, Sohan Virupakshaya Hiremat, Sri Ranga TN, Sudanwag NK, Sukruti Mahesh, Sushmita S, Surya V. Somasundaram, Vinay Manjappa Annaiyanawar, Vishwas NR, Vismaya G. Next LLB students, Timaya, Atresh Srinivas, Abhishek S. M, Ananya Prasad K, Arvind M, Golo Voha, Harish Devi, Pratham Punacha, Krishnendu, Kritika K, Latish DK, Mahesh S, Manoj K, Manoj VS, Nagendra Prasad L. Nikhil K. Jain. Papia Adhikari. Pavan N. Philip Wansama. Pratik Jain S. Raksha K. Murthy. Sanjana K.C. KG. Santosh M.B. Titus Changte. Viresh R. Vibin KP. Yashaswini MS. Yashaswini SR. Yogesh Gowda YA. Vasanna Gowda Soratu. Chinmayan Dikshit. Now I call upon LLM students. Akshata Venkatesh. Fatima Sanake. GB Mathur. Nivedita Sahu. Nafia. Pranav Ridan. And lastly, Meenachi Bai. Thank you, Your Lordship, for distributing the certificates.
Good evening, gentlemen and dignitaries on the dais. I am deeply honored to be in the gracious presence of respected Jagadguru in his divine presence here, though he is absent, Shri Shivratrinda Deshikendra Mahaswamiji, the 24th Pontiff of Shri Suttur Mutt, a visionary president of JSS Mahavidyapita, whose spiritual leadership has transformed over 300 educational institutions across the globe. Honorable Justice Ujjal Bhuyan sir, esteemed judge of the Supreme Court of India, whose distinguished expertise in taxation law and commitment to justice continues to guide our nation's judicial excellence. Honorable Justice Anu Shivraman Madam, respected judge of the High Court of Karnataka, whose judicial wisdom and dedication to upholding constitutional values inspires us all. Dr. C.G. Betsuman sir, our distinguished executive secretary and accomplished academician, whose visionary administrative leadership and scholarly contributions have enriched countless lives. Our esteemed faculty members, whose dedication to academic excellence shapes future generations. Revered parents over here, my cherished friends, and your presence here is both an honor and an inspiration. Shariram Rakshati Vaidyaha dharmam rakshiti nyayavit, ubabhyam rakshate loke, sukham shantischa shashvati. That means the physician protects the body, the jurist protects the righteousness, and when both are safeguarded, the world is blessed with lasting happiness and peace. To quote Justice V.R. Krishna here, the finest hour of justice comes when law is harnessed to serve the cause of the weak. That means these words hold special meaning for me. I have spent decades as a neurosurgeon and I have treated a demanding path of neurosurgery. I have witnessed suffering, not only in the operating theatre, but also in the struggles of the patients and their families for fairness, dignity, and justice. This experience inspired me to take law or pursue law, first my LLB and now my LLM, so that I may bridge the healing profession with the pursuit of justice. Medicine has taught me precision, patience, and compassion, but law has taught me justice, fairness, and the power of words. Truly, a doctor heals the body, whereas law heals the society. Today, I am overwhelmed with profound pride and deep humility. This honor is not merely a reflection of my individual perseverance, but the culmination of a collective wisdom, encouragement, and unwavering support that has guided me in every step of my academic journey. My heartfelt gratitude to Professor K.S. Suresh, our visionary chief executive, whose leadership has been both inspiring and transformative. To Dr. Nataraju S., our former dynamic principal, to Dr. N. Vanishri ma'am, our esteemed principal, for fostering an intellectually vibrant and inclusive academic environment in every student is encouraged to strive for excellence. Thank you, ma'am. To my guide, Professor Shivananda Bharati sir, your insightful guidance as a guide, patient encouragement, and steadfast belief in my potential have shaped not only my scholarly pursuits, but also my personal ethos. I am again deeply grateful to Professor Nagendra Murthy, Dr. Jagdish Eti, Dr. Priya Jagdish, Mrs. Usha Rani, Professor Vasudev, Professor Sheila Ganesh, Chartered Accountant Mr. B. N. Chandrasekhar, whose remarkable and inspiring mentorships provided me with the valuable opportunity to learn. Their exemplary teaching, profound insights, and unwavering encouragement not only cherished my understanding of legal education, but also enabled me to appreciate its true essence from a teacher's perspective. I am grateful to Professor Prabhuswamy, who was instrumental in me joining the LLM college, LLM at this college. I also express my sincere gratitude to all the other teachers over here and the esteemed faculty whose dedication, academic rigor, and constant guidance have collectively shaped my learning experience. My thanks also extend to our librarians and administrative staff, whose quiet diligence forms the unseen backbone of this institution's success. I must take a moment to acknowledge the esteemed college itself, which stands with an illustrious reputation not only across India but also abroad for its unwavering commitment to academic excellence. The institution's consistent organization of scholarly programs, invitation of eminent resource persons for academic enrichment, and conduct of specialized sessions in drafting, forensic sciences, intellectual property rights, environmental law, moot court competitions, essay writings, debates, etc., significantly elevated our learning experience, both comprehensively and globally. A particular special tribute goes to my brother Shripad Sangli, my unwavering pillar of strength, source of encouragement, and my steadfast well-wisher, who has been instrumental in kindling my interest in law itself. Your boundless faith in me, motivating words in moments of doubt, and unreserved support have been both my anchor and my wind. Beyond this, you have stood by me not only as a family, but as a trusted aid in my professional journey, assisting me in drafting my neurosurgical consent forms, contributing to my endeavors in the neuromusic therapy. For all this, I remain extremely profoundly grateful to you. I am grateful to my classmates and colleagues for the shared determination, spirited discussions, collaborative study sessions, and healthy competitive spirit, which has transformed learning into an enriching and unforgettable journey. This accolade is not mine. It belongs to each mentor who inspired me, every friend who encouraged me, every hand that helped me along the way. I dedicate it wholeheartedly to all of you, to our beloved institution, and to the enduring pursuit of knowledge and excellence. Sarve bhavantu sukinaha, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, Ma kashit dukkha bhag bhavet. That means, may all be happy, may all be free from illness, may all witness auspiciousness, may none suffer. Thank you very much for sharing this moment of pride with me.
Thank you, Anil. I call upon Nikita Susan from BA LLB to share her experience.
Distinguished guests, dignitaries on and off the dais, respected faculty members, proud parents, and my fellow graduate of the batch of 2025. A very good evening to you all. We never thought this day would come. We prayed for the quick arrival, crossed days of calendars, counted hours, seconds, minutes for this very moment. And yet, now that it's finally here, it comes with a bittersweet realization that we bid farewell to the teachers who mentored us, to the friends who inspired us, and to countless people who shaped our journeys in innumerable ways. We were known as the Corona batch. Our journey began in 2020. It was very uncertain, yet filled with dreams and aspirations of the future. The institution which we studied in, JSS Law College, gave us something what I would like to call tough love. With endless assignments, internals, exams, and competitions, there was hardly a dull moment. Not even a moment to hit pause and breathe. But standing here today, I realize that it has been a gift. It taught us resilience, discipline, and hard work, and above it all, the essence and the importance of time. Along the way, I was blessed with opportunities that this college has provided me, and which has become my fondest memories. Participating in national intra-collegiate moot court competitions gave me that recognition and confidence in myself. And being a part of Neeti Forum, from where I had the privilege of organizing events, as well as the opportunity to interview Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi. For this, I remain eternally and deeply grateful to every faculty member who supported and believed in me throughout these 5 years. Looking back, I think of my younger self from 9th standard who had written in her report card that her ambition was to be a lawyer. Standing here today, I know that little girl's dream has been fulfilled. But no journey is complete without friendships. I have been blessed with the best. To my friends, thank you for every laughter, mischief, and the challenges we faced together. These memories I will cherish forever. Today, as we celebrate this milestone, I cannot help but remember those classmates who we have lost along the way throughout these years. Their memories remind us that life is precious and uncertain, but therein lies its beauty. The message I would like to carry forward with us today is that let us cherish every moment, make the most of what life that has been given to us, and strive to leave a mark behind that matters. Finally, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to my parents and my dear brother who have been an unwavering support and strength to me from the very beginning, and to God whose grace has guided me every step of the way. As we step into the next chapter of our lives, I wish my batchmates the courage to dream fearlessly, the resilience to rise above every challenge, and joy in every small victory. Congratulations to the class of 2025. May we shine wherever life takes us. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikita. Let's now listen to Maria Khan from LLB.
Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, proud families, and my dear survivors, graduates. Today, here we are with not just degrees, but with a permanent habit of citing things according to Blue Book citations, and also an involuntary reflex of saying objection whenever we are cut off mid-sentence. As I stand here, on behalf of all my batchmates, I am reminded of a quote by Jim Rohn, which says, "Don't join an easy crowd. You won't grow. Go where the expectations and the demands to perform are high." Law school was exactly that kind of place. It wasn't easy. It challenged us, it stretched us, and demanded more than we thought we could give. But it also helped us grow into the people we are today, stronger, sharper, and ready to take any kind of challenge ahead. Let's be honest, these past years have been character building. We've survived endless readings of cases that were longer than epics, only to realize later that the relevant part lied in just one paragraph, in a single paragraph. And we've also known that short assignment is never short, it's just an oxymoron. And then we also learned that 5 minutes presentation actually takes 3 days of preparation, a mental breakdown, and a frantic coffee run. We've mooted in empty classrooms thinking that it is Supreme Court. We've debated whether a comma could change the fate of a contract. And we've mastered the art of pretending to understand Latin phrases while secretly Googling under the desk. We owe our gratitude to our professors who taught us that law is not just about studying statutes, but about understanding the society as a whole. But we also extend our gratitude to our families who endured all our endless rants about case laws and college, stress, everything, and still believed it, that we can do it even when we ourselves doubted it. Lastly, heartfelt gratitude to our classmates who became our allies, competitors, and friends all at once. Now, as we leave this campus, let's remember, law is not just about winning cases, but about changing lives. Let's use our degrees not just as a ticket to the highest bidder, but as a promise to stand what is right, even when it's hard. As we step forward into courtrooms, boardrooms, NGOs, and perhaps even legislative halls, let's remember that a law degree is not just a credential, but a trust. A trust to speak for the voiceless, to challenge the unjust, and to uphold the dignity of every person we encounter. Finally, congratulations to all the graduates. We came, we studied, we survived, and now may we go into the world determined not just to practice law, but to live its ideals. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria Khan. I invite Mahesh S. from LLB to share his experience.
Honorable judges, the dignitaries on and off the dais, teachers, my dear parents, and my beloved brothers and sisters of Karnataka. Good evening to all. First of all, I would like to thank JSS Law College for giving me this great opportunity to address this gathering. It gives me immense pleasure to be the part of this 17th Graduation Day 2025, and hearty congratulations to the class of 2025. Today is really a special day for all of us. We are not here only to celebrate our graduation, but to remember the journey that brought us here. Now, as we graduate, we step into the world where our knowledge will be tested every day. Whether we become an advocate or any path, we might face a lot of difficulties in our life and how to take a lot of decisions. So friends, remember one thing. Before you take up a decision, ask yourself, will I going to regret after 5 years for not taking the decision? Your answer is yes, then go for it. That is how I chose JSS, and that is how I chose law. Today, I have zero regret. In fact, I am very happy for choosing law and for choosing JSS. 3 years back, as a non-Kannadiga, when I entered this college, everything was new to me. The language, the culture, the food, etc. But slowly, this another state became my own state. Today, I am not just taking my degrees to home, but the lesson, memories, experience, joy, and the new family of friends and whatnot. To my friends, thank you for making this place feel like home. I would like to express my hearty gratitude towards JSS Law College and Professor K.S. Suresh, Chief Executive, JSS Law College, for his constant support, guidance and encouragement. Without his leadership and vision, reaching this milestone would have not been possible. I thank my teachers for wisdom and encouragement. I deeply thankful for my parents and my sister for their unconditional love and blessings. To my friends and classmates, thank you for these memories. Finally, I would like to thank each and everyone for making this day possible. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mahesh. Lastly, I call upon UJ Sheetal from BBA LLB to share her experience.
His Holiness Swamiji in his absence, Honorable Justice Ujjal Boyan sir, Honorable Justice Anu Sivaraman ma'am, CG Betsurmat sir, Suresh sir, Vanishri ma'am, Shivanand Bharti sir, teachers, parents and students present here, a very warm evening to all of you. Today is a very joyous and a sad day for me. I officially cease to be a student of JSS Law College today, but a student of law I remain. This college has truly shaped me into a human being I've always wanted to be. And I think I've only realized this after I've started practice, because the sense of responsibility, accountability, discipline and respect that this profession expects out of you is something that will definitely be owed to JSS Law College. And I think the teachers that have taught me for the last 5 years. If there is something that I wish I could tell my juniors and to myself in the last 5 years ago, is that if a teacher asks you to do something, please do it. There is a reason a teacher is asking you to do something. I think at one point, Jagdish sir has asked us to go to court so much that at one point he just started saying that if you don't go, it's okay. Less people in the profession, no competition for us. But everything was for a reason, and what we did in final year was definitely, it's something that has helped me right now when I go to court. The reason I sat and looked into procedure is something that is helping me right now, and I hope that's the same for, I think I speak on behalf of all the students that are present here. The amount of respect that I have towards this profession of law is also something that I've learned from the people that work in this college. Everybody views the profession of law with utter respect and just utter respect. My first note of gratitude will definitely be extended to my teachers who have taught me in the last 5 years. All the teachers have placed so much trust in me to do big things in my life, and that is what kept me going. Thank you to my friends that are now my family, my batchmates from BBA LLB class of 2025, my family for being here today, and everyone that has encouraged me in my journey. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheetal. It's now time to listen to the graduation day address by Honorable Shri Justice Ujjal Boyan, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Your Lordship, I request you to address the gathering.
With the blessings of His Holiness in absentia, I will start my address. My distinguished sister, Justice Anu Sivaraman, from Kerala High Court, now the senior most judge in Karnataka High Court. Professor Suresh, the Chief Executive Officer of this institution. Dr. Betsurmat, the Executive Secretary. Dr. N. Vani Shri, the Principal of this college. The Controller of Examination, faculty members, officers and staff of JSS Law College, the proud parents who are present here in large numbers, members of the press, and my dear students. A very good evening to all of you. This function I have noticed has turned out to be quite unique. Most functions that I attend run behind schedule. So normally what happens, you have to cut short and finish off your speeches, because by the time your turn comes, people are really tired, they want to go home. But here we are well ahead of schedule, but please don't be apprehensive. I won't consume that time to give a long speech. Sorry, I won't do that. I am deeply impressed by the Felicitation oath that has been administered to you, and it reflects whatever law stands for. It's an excellent oath, and I'm sure in the days, years ahead, you will all adhere to this oath that you have taken today. One more noticeable thing is the obtaining of LLM degree by a neurosurgeon. This is something very unique, and I must really congratulate you. Really congratulate you. My father-in-law was a doctor. Half of my family, they are doctors. But what I have noticed over the years, in the course of my interaction, they are all very bright, they are all very brilliant, but they are woefully short of the social or political studies. And they are totally at a loss. They are clueless when it comes to law and other subjects. The only subject they are very conversant with is the law relating to medical negligence. Obviously, that's for obvious reasons. So, I'm very happy to be present here amidst you today in this JSS Autonomous Law College on the occasion of the 17th graduation day. It is indeed a proud moment for all the students who have successfully completed their professional law studies and even beyond. My congratulations to all of you. I understand this JSS Mahavidyapitha started with small initiative in 1928, and by 1954 it was finally and firmly established as the Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Swara Mahavidyapitha. I also understand that focus of this institution is to encourage a healthy and quality life, for which education is the key. And therefore, the emphasis is on education. Over the years, the Mahavidyapitha has witnessed enormous growth in the field of education. And I'm told, as of today, the Mahavidyapitha has over 300 institutions under its fold, from kindergarten to post-graduation and beyond. The number of students is more than 1 lakh. This is quite phenomenal. I had gone to that university in Baroda. I forgot the name of that university. We were told that there are 30,000 students staying there. We were really taken by surprise. Then we came to Vidya Bharati in Pune. There are about 45,000 students. Here I find that over 1 lakh students are under the umbrella of this JSS group. It is a tremendous achievement and contribution to society, for which the management and the Swami, with the blessings of Swamiji, deserves all our praise. This Vidyapitha has established itself as an important and unique center of knowledge and culture in this beautiful city of Mysore. This is our third visit to this beautiful city, the hub and nerve center of Kannada culture. From formal education, the initiatives of the Mahavidyapita have diversified into integrated rural development through training and empowering of rural folk, providing healthcare to the people through modern as well as traditional Indian systems of medicines, patronizing literary activities, visual and performing arts, restoration of temples and historical monuments. The list goes on and on. JSS Law College is a proud unit of the Mahavidyapita. Established in the year 1982, it has blossomed into a professional autonomous college with potential for excellence and affiliated to the Karnataka State Law University. This law college is home to a group of dedicated law teachers and a vibrant student community. I must thank the organizers for inviting me and my wife to this beautiful campus, and we feel truly blessed to be here amidst you. Thank you. To my young friends who have received their law degrees today, it is indeed a moment of great pride and achievement. And for this, all of you truly deserve to be complimented. My dear students, on this day, on this graduation day, please remember the love, care and affection showered upon you by your parents. The sacrifices they all had made for you. Please remember the contributions of your teachers, and I'm so happy that my student friends who had addressed the gathering had all remembered the contribution of their teachers, family members, their friends in reaching to this point of life. And do not forget the helping hand of the staff, the people in the library, the people otherwise. My young friends, today you are at the threshold of a new beginning. Unlike earlier days, today law graduates have many opportunities which were not there when we had graduated. You can join litigation. You can join the judiciary, of course after gathering the requisite experience because of the new judgment of the Supreme Court. Another attractive option is the academia. We have so many law colleges, 24 I think NLUs and in the private sector also. Or you can become part of a policy think tank group. I know many would like to join the corporate world. But if you ask me that what should I do or where should I go, I can confidently say that there is no substitute or comparison for litigation. For a successful lawyer, the sky is the limit. A successful lawyer is one who is bold and courageous. He does not compromise on his integrity and self-respect. He is not just a spokesperson of his client, as you will be. You will have so many clients in the days and years ahead. But more importantly, he is an officer of the court. He commands respect and has high standing in the society. If you look at the modern history of our nation, or for that matter, the nations across the globe, you will find lawyers at the forefront of the freedom movements and nation building. Lawyers had played a pivotal role in India's freedom struggle and in the drafting of the Constitution of India. In the social and political life of our country, lawyers continue to hold center stage. Not for nothing, lawyers are called social engineers. Friends, law is a noble profession dedicated to the cause of justice. But the profession of law is not easy. It is not like the proverbial bed of roses. Though I do not like the expression, but for the sake of the narration, it is often said that law is a jealous mistress. Law demands complete loyalty and commitment. But law is not rocket science. Unlike neurosurgery, law is not rocket science. Everything is there in the book. But all that it needs is hard work, perseverance, and dedication. In cricketing parlance, we are now in the land of KL Rahul. Legal profession is not 2020 cricket. I said this in a speech in Pune in the Bar Association meeting. Legal profession is not 2020 cricket. Legal profession is also not one-day cricket. You must have the tenacity and the technique to play a long innings like in Test cricket. There is no shortcut in legal profession. Please read Fali Nariman's autobiography, Before Memory Fades. I think it is a must-read book for young students and young lawyers, Before Memory Fades. Fali Nariman, the doyen of the Indian bar, he referred to the bar as the school of hard knocks. You have read all textbooks now, law of contract, law of inheritance, law of insurance, law of banking. But as you will step into the courts and into the bar, there are many a lesson which are not there in your legal textbooks. You will learn these lessons in the courtrooms and at the bar. You will learn valuable lessons of life and law in the bar. Bar is a great institution reflecting the social milieu of a society. It's a great leveler too. Each bar has developed healthy conventions, traditions over the years, which are handed down from one generation of lawyers to the next generation of lawyers. As a lawyer, you may be fierce competitors inside the courtroom, but in the bar, you are colleagues for life. This uniqueness of the legal profession was aptly summed up by William Shakespeare when he had said, "Strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends do in law." Strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends do in law. Inside the courtroom, you will not yield an inch. You are a professional to the core. But the moment you step outside the courtroom, you are colleagues. That's the beauty of the legal profession. Friends, my journey as a lawyer has taken me to all four corners of the country. From the land of Kamakhya, I came to the land of Ganpati. From Ganpati, I came to the land of Balaji. And from there, I have gone to Delhi. While I was a judge in the Bombay High Court, the COVID pandemic broke out. I was told that 2 graduation days could not be held during the COVID period. And for several weeks, during that unfortunate period when people suffered a lot, we were all confined to our homes. During that period, one student ambassador representing SCC Online, she sought for an online interaction with me. Normally judges don't give interviews, but since it was law-related, SCC Online, as you will very shortly deal with SCCs and SCC Online, AIR, so and so forth, I agreed. During the course of the conversation, a question was put to me as to whether there was any political or executive pressure on the judiciary. It was a loaded question actually. I remember to have said that, speaking for myself, I never faced any such interference. But I also remember to have said that our judiciary has been built literally, brick by brick, by great men and women over the years. Its foundations are strong. There may be aberrations here and there. Nobody will deny that. Such a big organization. There are more than 15,000 plus trial court judges, more than 1,000 high court judges, 34 Supreme Court judges. There are bound to be aberrations here and there. But having said that, the judiciary in India has the inherent resilience to protect its independence. And I say that independence of the judiciary is non-negotiable. That is the very basic of our system. Friends, therefore, I would suggest that as you are about to step into the courts and the bar and start your professional life, it is important that you should know about those great jurists, the great judges, the great lawyers who have shaped the destiny of our nation. For paucity of time, I will confine myself only to a few examples. It's not possible. There are so many sterling jurists in our country, but I will mention only a few because time is otherwise not possible. Let me go back to pre-independence, pre-constitution days. I am speaking of Justice Radha Binod Pal. He was a pre-constitution and pre-independent judge in India. He was appointed as a judge of the Calcutta High Court, one of the 3 chartered high courts in India, in the year 1941. And thereafter he was appointed to the United Nations International Law Commission in 1952. He was a judge in the International Military Tribunal for the Far East, which conducted post-World War II prosecution of Japanese leaders for committing war crimes, which came to be known as the Tokyo trials. We know about the Nuremberg trials. Likewise, we had the Tokyo trials. Justice Radha Binod Pal stood out for his powerful dissenting opinion that went far beyond mere disagreement. He had examined the post-World War II prosecution of the Japanese leaders and found it fundamentally flawed in principle and procedure. Tellingly, he rejected the notion of ex post facto criminalization, that is, punishing acts that were not crimes under existing international law at the time when those acts were committed. We have a similar provision in our Constitution, Article 20, Sub-Article 1. He questioned the very charter itself of the International Military Tribunal for the Far East on the ground that the charter upheld new crimes that did not have a foundation in pre-existing international law. You were prosecuting people for committing acts. When those acts were committed, those were not termed as criminal acts. By subsequent legislation, those were termed criminal. His dissent, running into 1,230 pages, highlighted that establishment of a charter by the victors, that is the Allied powers, and setting up of a special tribunal was not problematic. But law would not recognized the victor's right to legislate creation of new crimes in international law and giving retroactive effect. According to him, trials fail this most basic requirement of the rule of law, that laws must precede the conduct they criminalize. To him, retroactive criminal justice was no justice at all. Though a minority opinion, Justice Pal stood out for his courage and conviction. His dissent would be remembered as a courageous reminder that justice cannot be shaped by the passions of the moment or the convenience of the powerful. His dissent underscored a timeless truth: the rule of law must prevail over political expediency and must triumph even in the face of the gravest of conflicts, be it domestic or international. I had made a statement in the farewell function of Justice Oak, written Oka but pronounced as Oak, organized by the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa in Pune, that we need bold and courageous judges. Judges who can stand erect against the political winds of the time. That's the true test of courage and conviction of a judge. Now the book has been written, Hirohito and the Making of Modern Japan. It is a HarperCollins publication of 2000, where the author described Justice Pal as the most politically independent of the judges, refusing to let political concerns and purposes of the allied powers, let alone the charter, influence his judgment in any way. There is a shrine in Tokyo's Yasukuni Shrine. There's a monument in Tokyo's Yasukuni Shrine. Those who have visited Tokyo will see that, which is dedicated to Justice Pal, Radha Pinod Pal, as a reminder to the rest of the world that what courage, what conviction he had when he stood against the victors in that Tokyo trials. We now move on to, there is another judge, 70 years ago, whom we normally don't remember nowadays. He is Justice Bijon Kumar Mukherjee, one of the earliest judges of the Supreme Court of India. In the 50s, I am talking about. Now it is reported that the then Prime Minister one evening called on him and told him that he would be appointed as the Chief Justice of India. These are all pre-collegium days appointments. He would be appointed as Chief Justice of India after the then Chief Justice of India, Justice Patanjali Shastri, would demit office in a few weeks' time. That was January 1954. In the course of the conversation, the Prime Minister mentioned that Justice Meher Chand Mahajan, the next senior-most judge, immediately after Shastri and senior to Justice Mukherjee, would be overlooked, bypassed, superseded. And in his place, Justice Mukherjee would be appointed as the Chief Justice of India. The Prime Minister had reservations about Justice Mahajan because of his Kashmir political days. But what is relevant and important for us was the response of Justice Mukherjee. He told the Prime Minister that if the seniority principle was not adhered to, was not followed, and if in order of seniority Justice Mahajan was not appointed as the Chief Justice of India, and instead he was appointed, he would submit his resignation in protest. Justice Mukherjee waited for his turn. He became Chief Justice of India only on the retirement of Justice Mahajan on December 22nd, 1954. These are great judges by their sterling qualities and examples. They have shown, they have led the laid down the foundational pillars of our judiciary. We come to the 70s. Internal emergency was declared in India on June 25th, 1975. A presidential order was passed 2 days thereafter on June 27, suspending the right of access to the courts for enforcement of the fundamental rights of any person. One journalist in Madhya Pradesh, Shukla, he filed a writ of habeas corpus in the Madhya Pradesh High Court. In Shukla versus ADM Jabalpur, a division bench of the MP High Court, Justice A.P. Sen and Justice Tankha. Justice Tankha was the father of Vivek Tankha, the senior advocate, who is also a member of the Rajya Sabha. And this bench ruled that the right of a person to move the High Court under Article 226 for a writ of habeas corpus could not be taken away. This was the view taken by the High Court of Madhya Pradesh. Similar views were expressed by the Patna High Court, Allahabad High Court and many other high courts. This was appealed against. 136 petition was filed in the Supreme Court, and in ADM Jabalpur versus S. Shukla, Supreme Court by a majority of 4:1 overruled the above decision and held that in view of the presidential order, no person had any locus standi to move any petition before the High Court under Article 226 of the Constitution for a writ of habeas corpus or for any other writ to challenge the legality of a detention order. Justice H.R. Khanna, about whom I am going to say now, was the lone dissenting judge. He maintained that even in the absence of Article 21, you have all read about Article 21, the state has no power to deprive a person of his life or liberty without the authority of law. This is the essential postulate and the basic assumption of the rule of law, and not the rule of man in all civilized nations. The right not to be deprived of one's life or liberty without the authority of law was not the creation of the Constitution. Such right existed even before the Constitution came into force. Constitution only recognized such an inherent right which inheres in every human being by virtue of being human. In his autobiography, he has written an autobiography. Please go through it. If you will have a lot of time now, spare time. Please go through it. Neither roses nor thorns. M.C. Chagla had written his autobiography Roses in December. So Khanna writes neither roses nor thorns. He has referred to this case, particularly the arguments of the Attorney General and the silence of his colleagues on the bench. Khanna writes that his colleagues on the bench, who otherwise used to be very vocal, were sitting tongue-tied. Their silence seemed rather ominous. It was as if he was putting a question to them when he asked Mr. Niren De, the learned Attorney General at that point of time, that in view of what you are submitting before the court, Mr. De, in view of what you are submitting before the court, would there be any remedy at all if a police officer, because of personal enmity, kills another man, another person? The answer of Mr. Niren De was unequivocal, bland and unequivocal. He said, consistently with my argument, there would be no judicial remedy so long as the emergency was in force. Now, Khanna writes in his autobiography, the way his colleagues on the bench kept silent or made remarks during the hearing, he was sure that he would be the only solitary judge to decide against the state, to decide against the union. and his judgment in the very nature of things would be a dissenting judgment. He said that he was fully aware of the consequences of writing a dissenting judgment in a case of this nature. He was next in line to become the Chief Justice of India on the retirement of Justice A.N. Ray. You all know, that's another story. A.N. Ray himself became Chief Justice of India by superseding 3 senior-most judges. Justice Hegre, Justice Shelat, and Justice Grover. So he knew that there was already a precedent in 1973. We'll come to this a bit later. After the draft of the judgment was ready, but before pronouncement of the judgment, Justice Khanna says that he, accompanied by his wife and younger sister, they proceeded to Haridwar on the banks of the river Ganges. There's a beautiful High Court guest house there. I have not been, but my guests have gone there. So he said on the night preceding Baisakhi, 14th of April, the 3 of them were sitting on the veranda, silently watching the Ganges flowing by. In the silence of the night, he told them, his wife and his younger sister, that he had prepared a judgment which was going to cost him the Chief Justiceship of India. There was pin-drop silence. Nobody said anything. Next morning, they returned to Delhi. Wife, sister, they also did not say anything. Ultimately, when the judgment was delivered, Justice Khanna paid the price for his dissent. On the eve of the retirement of the then Chief Justice of India, Justice A.N. Ray, it was announced in the All India Radio. During those days, there were no television. All India Radio was there. That Justice Beg, who was junior to Justice Khanna, was being appointed as the next Chief Justice of India. Justice Khanna immediately submitted his resignation. 2 or 3 days later, Nani Palkiwala, about whom I am going to say next, wrote an article which was published in the Indian Express, on the front page of Indian Express. And he titled it, Salute to Justice Khanna. I will not go through the contents of the article. New York Times, the famous newspaper from New York, wrote an editorial which was about a grateful nation erecting a monument for Justice Khanna. A great man indeed. Now, I have spoken about 3 judges. Let me also speak about a lawyer. In Goloknath versus State of Punjab, this is 1967. All the students of constitutional law must have gone through this judgment. This was a 11-judge bench of the Supreme Court. Issue was Article 368, the power of amendment of the Constitution. This judgment, by a majority, 6-5, held that there was no express exception from the ambit of Article 368. Fundamental rights included in Part 3 of the Constitution of India could not, by their very nature, be subject to the process of amendment provided in Article 368. Parliament's amending powers were not unlimited. Any constitutional amendment infringing upon fundamental rights would be unconstitutional and invalid. Till now, whether it was Shankari Prasad or Sajan Singh, the view was, Supreme Court's view was that any provision of the Constitution could be amended. Goloknath says that fundamental rights cannot be amended under Article 368. Now, this was followed by 2 other important cases. before we move on to the third and perhaps the most important of all cases, the constitutional cases in India. I am saying this with a purpose. The next important case is R.C. Cooper versus Union of India, which is also known as the bank nationalization case. You must have dealt with this bank nationalization case. Supreme Court interfered with the decision of the central government nationalizing 14 major private banks. Then came the case of Madhav Rao Scindia versus Union of India, widely known as the Privy Purse case. After India had attained independence in 1947, the princely states like Mysore were given the option to join the Indian Union. And upon their decision to join the Indian Union, they were granted certain financial privileges, which were known as Privy Purse. Central government in late 60s and early 70s took a policy decision to abolish such Privy Purse. This was successfully challenged in Madhav Rao Scindia. I have mentioned these three cases, Goloknath, R.C. Cooper and Madhav Rao Scindia, because there is a common element in all the three cases. All these three most important cases were argued on behalf of the petitioners by none other than Nani Palkhiwala, undoubtedly one of the foremost lawyers of India, of all times. But this was the gradual building up of Palkhiwala's the stature. His crowning glory came when he argued for the petitioner, His Holiness Keshavananda Bharati, in that famous case which went from Kerala. Again, on Article 368, it is not necessary we delve into that. In this, the Supreme Court, the largest bench ever, 13 judges, till now no other bench constituted bigger than this, 13 judges. There was a tie. The issue was, there are not many issues, but the core issue was whether invoking the power of amendment under Article 368, the Constitution can be amended wholesale, on a wholesome basis. And there was a tie, 6-6. Justice Khanna, of whom I just I referred to, he was the judge who turned it around and made it 7-6. In this judgment, the Supreme Court said that yes, you have the power to amend under 368, but in the process of amending, you cannot alter the core of the very core or the essence of the Constitution. That's how they said that you cannot amend the basic structure or the basic features of the Constitution. Basic structure, basic feature, that again is a different debate. We'll go into that on some other occasion. But this case was argued by Nani Palkhiwala. Hearing started off from October 1973 or 1972, went on to March of the next year. He flew down from Bombay and argued those cases and came back again and came back, went on time. Great cases. Now there is an interesting book, please read this. This book is titled Keshavananda Bharati Case, The Untold Story of Struggle for Supremacy Between Supreme Court and the Parliament. It is ultimately, all these constitution bench judgments, these are all actually political issues given a legal flavor and are decided. The issue in this case basically was who will have the last word, Parliament or the Supreme Court? And this has been decisively answered in favor of the Supreme Court by this judgment. Now in this book, now Andhya Rajuna was a senior counsel. Earlier he was Advocate General of Maharashtra and then became Solicitor General of India. And he represented the state of Kerala in this case, along with Mr. H.M. Sirvai. Certainly you must have heard about Mr. Sirvai. He writes and gives a very interesting note what happened post Keshavananda Bharati. Now, He says in this book that the Chief Justice, then Chief Justice A.N. Ray, constituted a review bench of as many as 13 judges, including some new judges who have retired after delivering the Keshavananda Bharati judgment, to review this Keshavananda Bharati. Andhyarujina writes in his book, Andhyarujina's son practices in the Bombay High Court, he writes in his book that Palkiwala argued that afternoon, 10th November 1975, with great force and eloquence, never seen in the Supreme Court. And those present there in the court hall number 1, they were spellbound due to his oratory. Though he was at all times a master orator and a skillful advocate, his arguments on that afternoon were something which those present could never forget. Justice Khanna, who was on the review bench and a witness to Palkiwala's submissions, he writes in his memoirs that the height of eloquence reached by Palkiwala on that afternoon may never be surpassed in the annals of the Supreme Court. So powerful, so impactful was his submission that on November 12, 2 days thereafter, 1975, the Chief Justice of India expressed that the bench was dissolved. No review, no attempt at review. Khanna is reported to have said that many presiding judges would take a week to come out of the spell that Palkiwala used to weave around them with his power of his words and submissions. And just to think of it, in his younger days, Palkiwala, though always a brilliant student, he suffered from bouts of stammering. But by dint of his hard work, perseverance, he could overcome such speech impairment and rise to Himalayan heights. India's all-time great lawyer. Friends, it's been a long speech. I had promised you I would not speak long, but it ended up being so. But before I conclude, one last word about our Constitution. Our founding fathers, led by Bharat Ratna, Dr. Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar, have gifted us a most vibrant document, the Constitution of India. It is indeed a transformative document. It has transformed a highly feudal and an unequal society, practicing graded inequality, into a forward-looking society, modern society, based on the principles of equality, fraternity, and justice. On the strength of our Constitution, Supreme Court, through such great men and women, have evolved an enduring jurisprudence of justice. It is therefore necessary, in fact, it is imperative for all of us, that we should know about the lives of such great men and women, because of whose contribution we are what we are today. Our Constitution and the constitutional jurisprudence that we have developed is our collective treasure. It's our national wealth. Therefore, we must not only protect it, preserve it, but also enrich it, which is a continuing process. Thank you very much, my dear students. You are all bright students. I foresee a bright future for all of you. Who knows, one amongst you, maybe a decade or two later, may end up becoming Justice Anu Sivaraman. Amongst one of you may go ahead and become Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court, my parent High Court. You may as well become the Chief Justice of Telangana High Court. Later on come to the Supreme Court. So many of the great judges have gone from Karnataka. I see a lot of talent in you, and I see great future in all of you. Wishing all of you a great future ahead. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you, Your Lordship, for delivering the graduation day address. It's my privilege to request Honorable Srimati Justice Anu Sivaraman, Judge, High Court of Karnataka, to deliver the presidential remarks.
Honorable Justice Ujjal Bhuyan, Judge, Supreme Court of India, all the revered personalities on and off the dais, in his absence, His Holiness Swamiji, the guests of honor of the day, my dear students who are today no longer students and are stepping out into the profession of law, the parents and all the persons who are here who have supported these young students through their days in this esteemed institution and are here today to proudly see them step out into a noble profession. Ellarigu namaskara, Shubha Sanjay. Today, the students who are passing out of this institution have had the privilege of listening to Justice Bhuyan, and I am sure that these words have been inspirational, because as somebody who had enrolled in the year 1991 and has been in the field of the law for so long, I myself was inspired. It is, I will not deliver a long speech, but there are a few things that I'd like to remind you as you venture out from this institution into the field of law, which is now your home. As far as lawyers are concerned, I would only like to remind you that law is a profession which demands complete integrity from its practitioners, because while knowledge and competence definitely will do you, it will hold you in good stead, but your reputation is something which will go with you through all your years as a lawyer. And believe me, reputation, there is so much to do with integrity in building a reputation. You may be known as a competent lawyer, you may be known as a knowledgeable lawyer, be this as a litigating lawyer or as a part of the profession in many of the other areas that you may be called to. But your integrity as a person will definitely be something which will be tested again and again, and that is what will guide your reputation. Therefore, it is, if not for anything else, at least for your own self-interest, I would urge you to practice law with complete integrity so that your reputation is always protected. Secondly, I would like to just remind you that law is an evolving field. How does the law evolve? Law evolves by innovations by its practitioners, be they, again, litigating lawyers, jurists, teachers of the law, or even drafters of contracts. It takes the innovation and the forward thinking of the practitioners of law in every field to take the law forward. And law cannot be anything but a forward motion. It cannot be stagnant because the society expects law to evolve along with the evolution of the society. Thirdly, I would like to remind you that this is mostly for the litigating lawyer. So at least some of you will definitely come to this profession as litigating lawyers. And please remember that each file that you encounter is a life, and that there is a human element in every case that you encounter. And the understanding of the human nature in cases is what will make you a perfect lawyer. You are also facing challenging times when technology and artificial intelligence are taking over at least some of the functions of the human brain. It is definitely a challenging time. You must learn to harness technology, to use it to the benefit of your practice of the law and not become a slave to technology. You must be equipped to use technology so that technology becomes an assistance in everything that you do. And I would like to agree with Justice Bhuyan when he said that a litigating lawyer, that is the soul, the heart and the soul of the law. Not all of you will be there, but please believe us when we tell you that that is where the real excitement is. Well, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you and wish you all the very best. Well, to those who thought that law school was tough, well, just you wait. Law is a tough profession, but believe me, in the long run, it will definitely be worth it. Congratulations and all the best to all of you. And thank you for the organizers for having invited me here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Ladyship, for your inspiring and encouraging words. I now humbly request C.G. Betsurmat, Executive Secretary, JSS Mahavidyapita, to felicitate the guests. I request Honorable Shri Justice Ujjal Bhuyan, Judge, Supreme Court of India, to receive the felicitation. Thank you. I request Honorable Srimati Justice Anu Sivaraman, Judge, High Court of Karnataka, to receive the felicitation. Thank you. I now request Dr. A.T. Jagdish to felicitate C.G. Betsurmat, Executive Secretary, JSS Mahavidyapita. I request Dr. A.T. Jagdish to felicitate our Chief Executive, Professor K.S. Suresh. I also request Dr. A.T. Jagdish to felicitate Professor P. Shivanand Bharti, Controller of Examination. I request Srimati Sheila Ganesh to felicitate our Principal, Dr. N. Vanishri. The roots of all goodness lie in the soil of appreciation for goodness. I now invite our Principal, Dr. N. Vanishri, to render vote of thanks.
Humble pranams to His Holiness Swamiji. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to everyone present here, and I feel very privileged to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the college. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Sri Justice Ujjal Bhuyan Sir, Judge, Supreme Court of India, who has taken time out of his busy schedule, imparting wisdom and knowledge to us, and has motivated the fresh graduates and the postgraduates with a graduation day address, highlighting some of the wonderful examples and great stalwarts and a life lesson, I would say. Thank you very much, sir. I express my appreciation to the President of this program, Honorable Srimati Justice Anu Sivaraman Madam, Judge, High Court of Karnataka, for her presence and presidential remarks on this occasion. It is definitely a blessing to have these intellectual minds with us this evening and get to know their thinking process through their motivational and inspirational words. A special thanks to Dr. C.G. Betsurmat Sir, Executive Secretary, JSS Mahavidyapita, for his support to our college in all our endeavors. Thank you, sir. Our deepest gratitude to the officers of the JSS Mahavidyapita who are with us. I would like to thank our Chief Executive, Professor K.S. Suresh Sir, who has played the role of a backbone to us and in the development of this college. Thank you very much, sir. My gratitude is expressed to the Controller of Examinations, Professor Shivanand Bharti Sir. Thank you, sir. A respectful gratitude to one of the most important stakeholders of any higher educational institution, that is our parents, for your unwavering support and sacrifices through your ward's academic voyage and your presence this evening. This achievement of your students is as much yours as it is ours. Thank you very much for your presence. I thank the press who are present here in large numbers to give a wide coverage of this program. All my senior teachers, colleagues, administrative and supportive staff for the success of this college, and last but not the least, I thank our beloved graduates and postgraduates for the culmination of the years of hard work, late nights, and countless challenges that they have overcome. Please take the spirit forward of our alma mater and contribute positively wherever you go. Thank you one and all, and have a great weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's all rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभाशिष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. I request the gathering to remain seated till the dignitaries leave the hall. Dinner is arranged in the quadrangle. I request the gathering to join us for the dinner. Thank you.